Hey guys, like, are you really confused? Like, what is Raspberry Pi or what is Arduino? Like, it is used for? So I'm gonna clear you all your doubts in a very simple way. See, suppose like for everything we need a board or processor, or we call it motherboard, which are in CPU. So with the help of only boards, we control some electronic gadgets like in mobile that you are using or system. So there are computer board, or you call it microprocessor, motherboards. So that's the only way we can control our device. So what is Raspberry Pi 4 is also a simple device which is used to control different things. Like we can control like suppose we want to control our CPU, so we'll connect CPU into this. So that's the way, like we connect sensor into this and we control through programming, like how the way we have done programming in the motherboard. That's why only CPU opens when we click it. So that's the all the function has been done. So that's way it operates. But why is Raspberry Pi is so famous? Like you can use, like there are multiple boards, like these board must be different, the motherboard used in your mobile must be different. So Raspberry Pi 4 basically made for do it yourself kit, like for learning and all the other purpose, and it was very easy. So it got pretty famous. So basically people use Raspberry Pi 4 as a learning stage. And this is Arduino. So Arduino is basically very much used in the like development also as compared to Raspberry Pi 4. But yeah, Raspberry Pi is also in the coming stage, coming like in competition with Arduino. So they are used for like do it yourself, like you can control, like I have made a face recognition system, just attached a camera here. So that's the reason only we use Raspberry Pi 4 or Arduino. So look, so if you confuse like what is Raspberry 4, Raspberry Pi 3, Raspberry 2, 0. So 0 was the first version, then first version like iPhone have version 6, 7, 8, like that's what. The latest version is Raspberry Pi 4. It has RAM and all the things. And you think Arduino has also RAM like about 128 KB or 1 MB, I just can't remember it. So Arduino has also RAM, and they have all the pins. So it's like Arduino is meant for other purpose, Raspberry Pi 4 is meant for other purpose, but they are basically both famous, very famous for learning. So how it is used in IoT, like the next question is, so what we do, like suppose how do you use a computer disk in your system? Like there must be a program that you click and the disk get open. So that's the way, like whenever we connect a light, suppose we have connected the light to a Raspberry Pi 4 or Raspberry Pi or Arduino or any motherboard. So what we just write a program, so it could tell whenever the light will switch on, it will tell us okay, light has switched on. Like the way you insert CD, so it shows, or pen drive, or CD has been inserted or pen drive has been inserted. So it will just get the data, okay, light has been on, and it will be connected to the internet. Okay, like you can connect it Wi-Fi, and you can see the Ethernet cable also. So the data will go to the database and it will save on the database. So on the other end, like a web designer will show a graph of the data, like a bar graph, like at which time the light was on, at which time light was off, how much hours like light was on in a whole month. So that is the whole concept of using this device, like mobile, like what do we call mobile, like which can be transferred from here to there. Like this all concept make them IoT. So that's it. And the programming is like in Raspberry Pi 4, basically Python is very famous because we do much of a like machine learning and AI stuff. And in Arduino, embedded C is used. Embedded C is just C. You just don't confuse, like oh, it's a little different. That's only C. So because there's a reason, and you like when you go, like I haven't worked with in industry with Raspberry Pi 4, but like as I know, when you go to development and all, you have to use embedded C, because the reason is embedded C is very fast. So like as like the fastest, like C and embedded C is the fastest high level programming language. So you can see, like the like whenever user clicks on his mobile on the flash, so it will frequently just on the flash. That's the way whenever we click on light, so our motherboard should quickly on the light. So that's why embedded C and these type of language is most used. But like for surveillance type stuff, like you want a security camera and it should be like AI type, so there we use like most of the time Python, as I like my knowledge, because it really easy to code these thing in Python, and it is very difficult to code in like C or C++, or yeah, that's the reason we use that. So guys, if you like the video, please subscribe it, and I really working hard on the YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe it. Thank you.